What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you this article that is titled Meet MMTLP YouTuber Andrei. And I have to say that yes, this is an interview that I gave to Crucial Mix several weeks ago. On top of that, I will show you the liquidity crisis, so-called liquidity crisis that allegedly happened back in 2022, or it could have happened at that point. On top of that, I will show you how authorities are lying in their own documents, and I have to admit that we have more and more evidence of this activity. And guys, I really can't understand why we still don't have any changes in this system, and it is literally blowing my mind. So guys, and before we dive deep into all of this, please hit the like button and let's move forward. As you can see, we have quite interesting news, and it is interesting for a lot of people. I have to say that almost on a daily basis I receive a lot of emails and questions from my viewers in regards to my personality, in regards to my activity, and all the details that potentially might be interesting to MMTLP community. And guys, I have to say that this article that was published on MMTLP Resources and that was made by Tom, also known as Crucial Mix, you can find basically almost any answers on any of your questions. Why I'm here, why I'm doing these videos, what is my background, do I have a family, and so on and so forth. And definitely I have to give a huge shout out to Tom, because he just became my supporter on Patreon, and definitely if you are interested in my personality, feel free to read this article. So, and let's start with the real news. I have to say that we have not the best news for the Meta Materials shareholders. Unfortunately, we still have more and more evidence that the members of current board of directors don't want to grow this company. And definitely it is not directly related to MMTLP saga, but this fact is really ridiculous. So, one of the branches of MMAT was just recently sold for just about $10 million, but recently all of the MMAT shareholders paid for this asset about $90 million. On top of that, let me quote you that MMTLP MMAT shareholders paid $48.5 million in a part share, part cash transaction. And now MMAT board of directors sell it for a mere of $825,000. Guys, I think this is another fact that a lot of bad things might happen on the stock market, and that is why you have to be cautious. But the most important part of today's video is definitely the due diligence that is consistently made by RareDD. And for now, he addresses to the problem of liquidity issues, and let me quote it for you. There might have been liquidity issues when MMTLP traded position close only on December the 9th and December the 12th. What is a liquidity issue? We know that more liquidity is a good thing according to all of these market makers, so obviously low liquidity would have been the issue. They also never said who would be affected by this liquidity issue, but it's obvious that they knew a problem was coming. Now look at the image from the T0 article. Ostco reached an all-time high after launch, which was likely the result of low liquidity. And he published several screenshots with this update. Let me quote you further. This appears to be why it looks like almost all of the E-Trade good till cancelled orders went through no matter how high the price. The liquidity issue was likely magnified by the fact that E-Trade's GTC orders appear to have been the only option for shorts that needed shares to find shares. Settlement for MMTLP was going to be a very expensive problem for the member firms that have paid membership fees to FINRA for years. These are the same people that have attended the same conferences with each other for years, sit on the same boards, and flip-flop between working for FINRA and SEC, etc., to working for the firms that are allegedly policed by those same regulators. How far-fetched is it that the regulators prioritize the best interest of their friends and co-workers? FINRA knew that it wasn't the plan of negative British hydrocarbons to go private and voluntarily dilute their shareholder base. So guys, yes, the liquidity issue could be quite severe, but let me show you that we still have this document that was made by E-Trade, and here you can see the screenshot of the too late to cancel order that the price of which was set to $200,000, and it was the price for 1,000 shares. And guys, I have to say that Timeless team, the person whose screenshot we are looking at, he still doesn't have a response from E-Trade why this happened back in the days and why he didn't receive any money, because too late to cancel order means that it had to be executed. And unfortunately we are still here, and no one from authorities side want to solve this problem. On top of that, let me show you another couple of tweets from RareDD. 7 hours ago he wrote this: "Hey SEC, FINRA's FAQ for MMTLP are full of easy proof lies, but you've yet to address them. The most damning is FINRA's claim that they created the MMTLP corporate actions to be consistent with the November 23rd PR announcement for metamaterials. Here's the problem. FINRA made December 13th the main focus of both MMTLP corporate actions. The November 23rd PR from metamaterials doesn't mention December 13th in any capacity. The November 23rd PR from metamaterials states that MMTLP share cancellation was to take place on December 14th, after market close. Neither MMTLP corporate action included a December 13th share cancellation date. This is a pretty important piece of information that's also tied to the overall effective date of the corporate action. FINRA never got this right either. So it's rather peculiar that FINRA placed unnecessary importance on clarifying their role to delete the trading symbol, especially since FINRA wasn't a party to the MMTLP corporate action. FINRA employs a misdirection tactic. They basically say, look over here, we care so much not to confuse anyone that we are gonna clarify a role that's insignificant to the corporate action. While you applaud FINRA for going above and beyond, they never have and never since made an effort to clarify FINRA's role, not to cancel shares but to delete the symbol in an exchange-type corporate action. You are distracted from the fact that the MMTLP corporate actions were inconsistent with the November 23rd PR from metamaterials and the November 18th next British hydrocarbons prospectus. We are waiting guard against our SRPs, SEC, ENF director, FBI, different branches of MBI, DOJ criminal divisions, and a lot of other people from Congress to answer. And guys, I have to say that this is a tiny piece of information of the due diligence that was made by our community members, and we have a lot of information like this. Unfortunately, we still cannot be loud, we still cannot have the proper responses from authorities. And one of the ways how we can become louder is to spread this information to as many people as we can. That is why, guys, please share this video with your friends and family. Share it via any possible ways that you have. And only in this case we can attract more attention to our problem. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. While we are trying to fight against the illegal activity, JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and 7 mega banks paying $46 million over alleged conspiracy to wreak $1 trillion derivatives market. And guys, I have to say that $46 million for the 7 mega banks as a fine is close to nothing, especially if you compare it with the entire value of the market that they were trying to wreak. It is a $465.9 trillion market, which means it is just 1 millionth of percent of this entire market as a fine for these 7 banks. And unfortunately, yes, we have a lot of so-called activity when authorities are trying to show us that they work hard in order to make this market a little bit better. But to be honest, it is close to nothing. Their efforts are nothing to do with the real fight against this illegal activity. And we know it, and we have to change it. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Here is the tweet that was published by Christian Shaughnessy in regards to quite interesting and tricky situation. 2 days, let me quote it for you. 2 days after Christmas, a prominent Wall Street regulator updated a database with news of interest to the industry. A $1.4 trillion brokerage had been slapped with one of the year's biggest fines for allegedly losing track of almost 1 million trades. And let me quote you this tweet in details. Bloomberg says FINRA has more employees and a bigger budget, but it's issuing far fewer fines. It points to how quietly FINRA issued a $6 million fine to a $1 trillion brokerage. No press release, and it was recorded right after Christmas when many people aren't paying as much attention. FINRA imposed didn't want to explain why brokerage was fined $6 million for allegedly losing almost 1 million trades. Maybe because companies and investors would also want to know what stocks were involved and how much did the brokerage make from those million trades. 2 days after Christmas, a prominent Wall Street regulator updated a database with news of interest to the industry. A $1.4 trillion brokerage had been slapped with one of the year's biggest fines for allegedly losing track of almost 1 million trades. But there was no press release when the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority hit LPL Financial Holdings with the $6 million penalty. Nor did FINRA seek attention for its multi-million-dollar sanctions of Goldman Sachs Group and Barclays months earlier. The quiet end to those problems clapped a year in which the number of enforcement actions brought by the brokerage industry's self-funded regulator slid to the lowest level in its history. Total fines picked up last year, but are down by about half since a peak in 2016. Meanwhile, FINRA's headcount and budget have expanded. Oh, guys, I have to admit that it is quite common practice when we see only tiny fines that potentially might look like that they are big fines. But if you compare with the damages that these companies brought to the market, it is close to nothing. And that is why, guys, in my opinion, the entire system is broken and we have to fix it. And to do it, we have to unite and focus on our main goal. And guys, let me remind you that we still have a lot of room to grow, because we have to have an answers from Representative Ralph Norman in regards to his latest letter that he wrote to Gary Gensler, and Gary Gensler had to respond by June 15th, and he didn't do it, and unfortunately we still don't have this information. On top of that, Pete Sessions didn't answer to the tricky questions on which side he is trying to fight, and definitely Pete Sessions was one of the first Congress members who paid attention to MMTLP case, but unfortunately it appears that his position was not in our favor. And guys, let me remind you that we still have the RICO lawsuit on the table, despite the fact that Mark Basile left the MMTLP community. And over here, let me show you that he even deleted his Twitter account. On top of that, in my opinion, we still have one of 2 petitions on the table that needs to be answered, and unfortunately we still don't have this information either. On top of that, guys, let me remind you that Rosa Towell the person who were the very first community member who filed a lawsuit against FINRA, is also trying to find out new way to the resolution. And just several days ago, couple of weeks ago, I would say, just 10 days ago, let's put it this way, she asked for more information in regards to the U3 panel, U3 halt panel. And I have to say that Curtis will give this information to her, and Rosa wrote this. Thank you, Curtis. I have a potential legal theory. I will DM you. So, if this type of people like Rosa Towel has some kind of theory, guys, believe me, we will see something big from her side, and potentially it will also be a path to the resolution. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.